In this image, you can see the marijuana is M, the smile is S, the cross is 1, and the skull is 3. Now, the only question I have is, I understand MS1, but what about the 3? How is the skull a 3? Do we understand
Just
that?
the curve in the side of the skull would be like...
Makes a 3?
Yeah.
3 holes, eyes and nose.
I think it's that
Perhaps.
if you just take off the left side that it creates
A 3?
I don't know. I think that's what they're...
So, I mean, marijuana smiley is MS, and the cross is a 1. And they all did have tattoos like this on their hands. Now, the reporting from gang unit, like gang officers, and a DA who appeared on Fox is that they've moved away from tattoos and are because it makes you easily identifiable and prosecutable. But, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe we even have to have this conversation. I know that every single person listening right now knows this already. The guy was MS-13.
Well, the sting where he was arrested in 2019 outside of a Home Depot, that was part of an investigation into gang activity in the area. He wasn't just picked up for loitering.
A Hispanic person was arrested outside of a Home Depot?
3 of them.
I don't believe you.
And didn't they say it was because they were looking for work?
Yeah, people have said that it was because
day
they were
laboring.
looking for work. But it was, I mean, the police arrested him because they were investigating gang activity in the area. They were already under surveillance.
I mean, come on. Like, the marijuana smiley face is clearly MS. Is there an argument they're going to have to why he has comparable gang tattoos to MS-13, which spells out at least MS-1?
He's got multiple sclerosis. He loves Jesus, and he'll go to the grave believing that. I don't see why any of you would say this young man who's obviously having trouble going to school and needs a job hanging outside of Home Depot would be anything other than a fantastic addition to the United States population. Racism. Stop
Have you encountered any stuff like this in your line of work?
No, the city of Buffalo doesn't it has a majority of local gangs, so like block gangs. You know, like we've got Bailey Avenue, so you got the Bailey Boys and stuff like that. Bang them, fuck them, leave them. But we do have old heads in the gang. That's one of the gangs.
Old heads?
An old head is an older individual that's been in the gang life for a while. So like say like 25 and older, and we'll have
That
old
sounds like young. That's a young person.
gang life's hard life.
Yeah, it seems tough.
If you make it 25.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
you've been in the game for a minute because they'll start at like 15, 16. So by the time you get to 25, you've got half of your retirement in. That's 10 years.
Yeah, wow.
So we'll have old heads that, like I said, are older people that have been in the streets for a while, and they'll rep. They'll be the OG for like a block gang, but they'll be Bloods. So a specific example that I can think of is there was an old head. He was a Blood, is a Blood, and he takes these 2 or 3 smaller block gangs under his wing. They don't battle with one another. They're friendly with one another, and they don't work for him, but he guides them, and he also has connections to
He's
other
like the
blood
Godfather.
groups. You know, like the Godfather, and like a smaller aspect for like just that portion of town.
The 5 blocks is the 5 families.
In
Yeah.
Chicago, all the gangs are Catholic.
What's that?
In Chicago, not all, but like most of the gangs are Catholic.
Is that like an old Irishy type thing?
There's the popes, the bishops, the disciples. I'm not kidding. And there's a
Seriously.
yes. And I don't know if they're actually Catholic, but my friends were always making that joke, like what's next? The choir boys? Like, why are they all
Church
Catholic?
loves violence.
It does. And then there's different sects of each. So there are different popes. The popes are a gang, and there's a bunch of different ones. And the bishops, and the Latin kings are obvious. They're more national, and that's not so religious, but they are all largely Christian. I do find that really interesting about the MS-13 with like the cross. Like these guys largely purport to be Christian, don't they?
They follow, or they like pray to like the weird saint, like the Saint de la Muerte or something like that. It's like the saint of death, and it's this overseeing saint that like understands criminals and works with criminals. It's a load of horseshit. It's like voodoo funky bullshit.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.